Don't get mad because you're out of shape and didn't get the results you want from the work you didn't put in. Oh shit. Let me say that again. Don't get mad because you didn't get the results you want from the work that you didn't put in and you're out of shape. What do I mean by that? Listen, a lot of times, a lot of people are upset because they're not getting the results that they want in life, whether it be fitness, nutrition, job, career, finances. It doesn't matter what it is. But they're not doing exactly what needs to be done to get exactly what they want. What do I mean by that? For everything in life, for everything that we want, we desire, our what we acquire, there is a blueprint to achieve that. A lot of times people see me in the gym. A lot of times people see me in the change room. They always come up to me and say, fam, what did you do to get the physique that you have? What do you eat? How long did it take? I did what was required over a duration of time for me to achieve the result that I have with my physique. I always tell them I didn't do nothing crazy. I don't do nothing that you can't do. I just did what was required of me to get the result that I wanted. And that's how I got to where I'm at. And you can do the same thing. So if you're not getting the results that you want, it's because what needs to be done to produce those results is not being done. And I'm sorry to tell you, I was that individual. There was once upon a time, like if I show you my personal story, I was working out for years and I wanted to get this lean, chiseled physique that I have now. And I just couldn't get it. And I gave in and thought something was wrong with my physique. I thought maybe my physique is not meant to have that. Maybe I'm just meant to stay where I'm at right now. But I wasn't doing exactly what needed to be done for me to get the result, because when I did, my body changed in over 6 months, more than it had in 10 years. Okay, let me rewind a little bit. But why weren't you doing the thing that you were supposed to do? Because I didn't know. And I didn't know that I wasn't doing the thing that I was supposed to do. I thought if I keep going to the gym, I could eventually get the result that I wanted to. Consistency, I'm going right, I'm showing up, check mark. A lot of us, sometimes we're doing what we're doing, and me too, I've been in this position so much times, just so we could say, check mark, I did this. I'm being consistent, check mark, but you're not doing exactly what needs to be done for you to get the result that you want to get. That's why you're still chasing the same result. That's why you're still out of shape and it's been X amount of years. That's why that belly fat is still hanging low over your waistband. That's why the double chin is still showing. That's why the back fat, the arm fat, and all the fat that you want to be gone is present. It's a present to you and you don't want it to be a present to you. You want it to be absent, but you're not doing what is required exactly for it to be gone. And that's why I love fitness, because fitness is a scientific process. So it doesn't care about how you feel. It doesn't care about what you want to do. It doesn't care about your emotions. It doesn't give a damn about none of that shit. Fitness is scientific in the sense that it says, do exactly what you need to do for your body, and I will give you the results that you want to get. And when my boy told me that, I said, okay, that's all I got to do? You mean I just got to do this, this, and this, and I'm going to get the result? And I almost tested it like I don't believe it. Let me try it. And that's what I did. I was like, okay, cool. Let me try it. At least if it doesn't work, I can say I did this, and then, I'll settle with my body being at where it's at. And I did everything I was supposed to do when I saw my body change in a shorter time frame than it had ever. And I realized, I made the connection as I got deeper into it. I started to get more of a passion for it. I built my business. I started going into coaching because I was getting so much knowledge off of experience, trial and error. I was acquiring a lot of knowledge. And what I realized is, belly fat is one of the hardest places to be successful in getting rid of that stubborn fat. Okay. And when I was starting out, I kept researching because I know people want to lose belly fat. That's one of the most desires of people. I want to get rid of my belly fat. So I kept looking for ways like how can I help people get rid of their belly fat quick? And I kept looking for quick ways to get rid of belly fat, quick ways to get rid of belly fat. And then I realized that one day I said to myself, why do you keep looking for these ways? Like, the answer to this. You keep looking for new ways. Like, you're not getting no new ways... It's the same shit. And I said, It was a eureka moment. The light bulb went off, and it was like I knew what the answer was. For you to get rid of the belly fat, you need to stay in a caloric deficit for long enough, and that's why people don't get rid of that belly fat, because they do X amount of time, and then they say, "Oh, okay, it's not working," or they revert back to their old habits, and they don't stay in the caloric deficit for long enough for it to succeed in coming off of their waistband, their midsection. That's like the last place usually it comes off of. So the cheat code there was like you just got to do it long enough. You got to be consistent, but like do it until you see it come off. And I correlated that to success. Like success is subjective, whatever that is to you. Majority of the times, people don't stay doing one thing, whatever that thing is, long enough to see the end result. People start changing, people start giving up, people start saying this is not gonna work, I've been doing this long enough, and then they start pivoting. And all you had to do the whole time was stick to one thing. Now, granted, it has to be the right thing. Like a lot of times, people are figuring shit out. You don't want to be freestyling. You need to know exactly what it is. For certain things, it can be specific. For other things, it's not going to be as specific. But you need to stay doing something as close to exactly what you need to do to get the result. And you just stay doing it. That is it. With belly fat, people are always looking. It surprises me how many people are looking for fast ways to get rid of their belly fat when it didn't take you a fast way to get there. It took you X amount of time. You grew that large ass belly over an X amount of years, and you want to get rid of that large ass belly in 30 days. What makes you think that that should be a thing? Why do you even think that? Like, that baffles me. You know, the amount of people that ask when they see me, how long did it take? It doesn't matter. Why is that even your question? Why is that even, like, if I would want to know what exactly do I need to be doing? That's what I knew. That's the question people should be asking me. What exactly is it that I should be doing? Because what I'm doing is not seeming like it's yielding me closer to my goal. It's not seeming like it's producing the results that I want to get. My double chin is still there. My back fat is still there. My arm fat is still there. My belly is still hanging low over my waistband, and I don't want that. What is it that I need to be doing? Better yet, what am I doing wrong? Oh my goodness. Imagine if that was the question we asked ourselves when we weren't getting the results that we were getting with the things we were executing. What am I doing wrong? Asking somebody who's successful, who's mastered that, or who has got the results that we want to get, what am I doing wrong, and what do I need to change to get the results that you have, or to get the final end product that you have? This is what I'm doing. You see how that changes everything? Then you can lift the frustration off of your shoulders on you executing and not getting the result that you're getting, because now this person can be like, oh, no, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be doing this. And then all you got to do is stay doing that for long enough and you'll get this result. Some of us might be like, oh, that's too simple. I don't even think that, that seems too easy. Sometimes it's just a small tweak. You just got to change this, and you got to move from, you got to pivot from here to here. You're just off course a little bit. You just gotta pivot here to here, and then you just gotta stay on that course a little bit. Stay there long enough and you're gonna get this result. I see people going to the gym, working 2 years, 3 years. I be seeing them because I be in there, getting sexier, getting more finer, getting more leaner, getting more muscle, and they're doing the same damn thing and haven't changed a bit. Now, granted, if you go to the gym for your mental or for whatever reason and you're okay staying where you're at, God bless you. I'm okay with that for you. I love that for you. But majority of the time, that's not what people want. They don't know what to do to get the result that they want to get. And they're stuck. They're freestyling. They don't have a structure. They're showing up just to say, check mark, I showed up. Don't get mad at yourself for being out of shape and not getting the result you want from not putting in the work that you're supposed to. Just because you showed up to the gym, that doesn't mean that you did the work that you're supposed to. You showed up, cool. What do you want me to do? Clap for you? Give you a hug? I'll do that. But that's not going to get you to the goal that you want. What's going to get you to the goal that you want is a specific structure that's custom to you, that's yielding results. If you're doing something and it's not yielding results, then you need to change it. And when I say this, it's like I'm always talking about myself first. I'll never ever speak on something that I haven't experienced. I'm always just talking about my personal experience. If this rubs you the wrong way, you feel like I'm incorrect, kudos to you. That's good for you. I'm talking about how I got to where I got to. And it could work for you. Maybe it won't work for you. I don't know. But what I do know is what you're doing is goddamn not working for you. And you need to stop that ASAP. You need to change that because you're gonna continue to be frustrated. And if you're a busy professional, you don't have the time to be wasting time to exercising your energy in not yielding results. You don't have that time. You don't have that luxury. Why do that? Why not maximize your efforts and yield results that you want to yield? That's going to build your confidence. That's going to build your discipline. That's going to spill over to other aspects of your life. That's going to allow you to maximize your energy with work, with productivity, with your team, with your family. Why? Because you have pride? Because of your ego? Because you don't want to ask for help? You want to figure it out on your own? I was there. Shit. Yeah. I was there. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? I've been lifting. I'm going to figure this shit out. I didn't figure it out. Somebody who got the results that I wanted, I had to go to and say, yo, I've been doing this. I see you've been doing this for a shorter time than me, and you're getting the results that I want. I need to know how you're doing that. What am I doing wrong? Show me your way. Put that pride to the side. Put that pride to the side. And stop letting fear of whatever it is, what that person might think of you if you fail and it doesn't work. Stop letting fear propel you and hold you back. I have conversations all day with people about changing their lives, their health, their wellness, their fitness, the nutrition. And then when it comes to pulling the trigger to making that decision, they let fear hold them back. It is a damn shame that you got to stay with that big ass belly, that you got to stay in the same position that you've been in for years because of fear. Damn. And I be feeling sorry for them. You want to know what's funny? I have conversations with people where they'll come to me and we're having an in-depth conversation about how not being, in better shape, not bettering their health and wellness is deteriorating their lives, or, they're reaping the consequences of that. And these are emotional conversations. And then when it comes to making a decision, there's fear, which I understand. Okay. But then, we part. And when I check back on them to see where they're at, if they're ready to pull that trigger and make a move, you know what? They block me. They block me. They want to disassociate themselves with the portal that's going to get them to where they want to get to. Because of fear. Because of fear? Damn. And, I used to take it personal, and sometimes I do. When you have a conversation with somebody and you're invested in their goal to better themselves and you want to help them, and then it's like they just start giving you the runaround and they start acting all weird when it's time to make a decision or pull that trigger because of fear. And I understand that. We all have fear, even including myself, but I would never block somebody and disassociate myself from somebody who took the time out of their day to help me. But fear makes us do some funny shit, and I've experienced it. Don't let fear stop you from getting to the other end of your goal, or to crossing the bridge from where you're at to where you want to be. Don't. I always say this, I'm willing to take a risk as long as I'm not going to die. And that mindset, I'm not saying that you have to have that mindset, but if you adopt that mindset, you'll be surprised at how much you can do. That mindset has never let me down. I take a calculated risk, and am I going to die if I do this? No? Okay. Cool. Am I going to affect any loved ones or people around me drastically if I make this decision? No? Okay, I'm willing to take it. And that decision making has never let me down. Don't get mad because you didn't get the results from the work that you didn't put in. You deserve to be in the best shape of your life.